Well, you wanted it. You're getting it. In this episode, I turn control over to Mike Milbury for the first time in over a year after we fell short in round 2 against the Minnesota Wild in overtime of Game 7. Now, I do not lose control of this team until the Stanley Cup is awarded, which means we do still have the opportunity to take a look at the expiring contracts and maybe try to work something out. But of course, for the most part, that was done around the time that we elected to hold on to Alex DeBrincat. So the real question is, do we look to bring back Olaf Lindblom, which I think is a spectacular, spectacular option? And yes, in general. However, playoff-wise, it wasn't great for him. He was really good in the regular season, but boy, did he struggle. So he is an RFA. I might just leave that decision up to Mike. Hopefully he's smart enough to let go of Korpisalo. Everybody else here, I don't care if they stay or go. And then obviously here, I don't care if they stay or go. Except for T-Ply, I guess. T-Ply, whatever, however the hell you want to correctly say his name. I'm intrigued at re-signing him. Everybody else could go, for all I care. So, the good thing is we don't have to worry about any crazy contracts. It's just, what is he going to do when he regains control of the team? That is the question. Let's sim ahead. We're going to see who takes home the Stanley Cup. And from there, we will turn control over and hope that this team isn't completely destroyed like it could be. The Minnesota Wild go on to win the Stanley Cup. Before any other debates here, of course, there was the controversy over the offside, or what was or was not the offside. Regardless, it was frustrating because the team shouldn't have lost. Fog of war is not what I wanted. So morale meetings, of course, are good. Waivers are fine. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. All right, auto staff management, auto sign free agents, and the big one, minor league head coach and head coach edit lines. Mike Milbury has full control of the team for about a calendar year, unless we win the Stanley Cup next year. Let's take a look at the awards. Of course, we already know what the Minnesota lineup looks like. After losing to them, they beat the Ottawa Senators in 6 games. In the final, down in the AHL, the San Jose Barracuda took home the Calder Cup. So, we'll see how the awards go here. I am so scared. Now, there is still the debate over whether or not I still have a veto. We'll see what happens. I'm hesitant to commit to, abandoning that, even though a lot of people are like, you had control of the team, you shouldn't get any vetoes. I kind of agree with that. I think the veto makes sense, but if I win the cup, probably not. So I don't know. Even then, we'd only have 1 because we only made it out of the first round. Ned Eakin won the Art Ross. Thank you very much, Montreal. Patrick Kane won the Hart. At 36 years old, 37. Oh my God, Brandon Dillon won the Norris. This team lost in the second round. Patrick Kane wins the Lady Byng, taking it away from DeBrincat, who had a hat trick of them. Dylan Genther wins the Calder. Ryan Donato, the Conn Smythe. Mackenzie Blackwood won the Vezina. And the Jennings. How did we lose? Barkov wins the Selke, the Ted Lindsay, the Kane, the Rocket Richard, the Eakin. It is a tragedy. This team just lost in the second round. Casey Cizikas put up the most points in the league. He was also league MVP. Top goal scorer, I believe that's Juraj Slafkovsky. Top rookie was a guy named Marita. Top defenseman, some generated dude. Noah Gregor won MVP of the playoffs, though. So with that, Mike has control. Let's see what the hell happens. I am not exactly looking forward to what could happen here. Now, we do have the 13th overall pick in this draft, thanks to a prior deal with the New York Rangers. So we'll see what happens there. In terms of central scouting, it's kind of irrelevant for us right now, I would say. Oh, Mikey boy, Mikey boy. Player retirements. Will Taves and Kane hold on is the question. The answer is yes, but Evgeny Malkin, Patrice Bergeron, Zach Parise, Corey Perry, Blake Wheeler, all over 1,000 career points. They all call it quits. For defensemen, Crystal Tang, Pete Case, Subban, Brent Seabrook leading the way. Alex Martinez as well. Jazz hands. And for goaltenders, Marc-Andre Fleury, Henrik Lundqvist, Carey Price, Craig Anderson, Thomas Greiss. Good stuff. So here we go. To the draft. Let's see how this plays out, shall we? Again, the trade block is fully decided by the AI. I'm not expecting too many trades here at the draft because for some reason they've really been tuned down. But we'll see what happens. Franchise level player to the Calgary Flames. We do not get an offer, so with that pick, we select Colombe. Not bad. 65, medium top 6. So tough for Milbury to screw that one up. But Maurice Colombe from, what would SMB be in the queue? I wanted to say St. John, but that it wouldn't be Sherbrooke. It's not Shawinigan. Who the hell is who is that? What team is that? That's driving me insane. What team is that for that abbreviation? Someone's going to be like, duh, it's this one. And I'm like, hey, sorry, but it's not Sherbrooke. It's not Shawinigan. That can't possibly be Sherbrooke. It's not Shawinigan. It can't be St. John. What friggin' team did this guy play for? What? SNB. That's not St. John. It can't be. Is that supposed to be Sherbrooke? That doesn't make sense either. Who is this? SNB. It's not Shawinigan. There's 3 possible teams. St. John, Shawinigan, and Sherbrooke, and none of them make sense. It's fine. I'll take your word for it. SNB, apparently. Huh. Well, wow, the Bruins. Jesus Christ, the other 2 teams screwed up. What is it with San Jose screwing up in drafts, historically? We'll sim to our next pick, which is 27th overall. Again, we'll be making it. That's hilarious, of course. We will be taking Kapitanov. Damn, Mike. Okay, settle down now. Sergei Kapitanov, call him what you will, regardless. I'll call him a really good pick. I mean, the Penguins take Crosby Jr. here, but immediately after, Jesus, yeah, no, that's a spectacular pick from Mike. God damn, we go to the 33rd pick, still no other moves. So with this pick, we take Brigley, 60 overall, Brent Brigley. Medium top 9, not too bad. All forwards thus far from Mike, though. Another second-round pick, no trades. He goes for Ribeiro. Skyler Ribeiro. Son of Mike, hopefully not as big of a toolbox. We go to the 3rd round. Who do we have? I believe that's Negrin, like John Negrin, but it's Doug. Good old Doug. He's fine, I guess. 89th overall, still no trades. We go with Person. 62, low 6. Callie Person. It's not that great of a pick. 92nd. I guess we don't want to make any trades. We go with Primo. Cody Primo. Your parents spelled it wrong. I don't know what to tell you. Again, meh. So I'm kind of surprised has there been a single trade today? Draft activity? Yeah, other teams are making trades. Mike he's damn well determined to hold on to these picks. So next up, it is Geet. Oh, Michel Geet. Overager, terrible. That's unfortunate. Next pick. Oh, God. Who's it going to be? It is Gamble. Ricardo Gamble. And he's hot garbage. Next pick here in the 6th round. It is O'Mara. Logan O'Mara. Not that great. Then 188. We have back-to-back picks here in the beginning stages of the 7th round. We take Kovacs. Low 9, Philip Kovacs. He is not going to make it. And Chicago also takes Randall, who was also terrible. So, Mike, you started off well. Not everybody can bat 1,000 in the 7th round, and Lord knows you didn't with Jamie Dalcole. So he made every single pick without making a trade. Fair enough. Fair enough. Are we out of trouble, though? Absolutely not. As Nick Ritchie in a second with the Philly for a first. A couple other big trades went down. So we'll see what happens here in terms of who he holds on to. Oh, God. Our entire coaching staff is up except for the AHL goalie coach. Oh, no. That's the one thing I didn't factor in was goalie coaches. Oh, God. This team could get tanked. Now, we offered Lindbaum a deal, which is nice. This team could get absolutely destroyed if he does not hire a good coaching staff. That's a scary thought. This could get bad. Apparently, Jakub Zboril is going to be coming back. Gamble was offered a deal. Why? He's terrible. Jesus. So recently signed, Virtanen's back, Myers, Zboril, Keane, Flaherty. I mean, we're basically, $1 million in cap space, no contract spots, because he is damn well determined to sign every goddamn rookie under the sun. He also brought back Lindbaum, 5.5 for the next 3 years. Jesus, that's a lot to be paying the goaltenders. Okay, so just to kind of keep track here, I mean, in terms of recently signed, I mean, I'm the one that brought in Jake Virtanen, right? We'll have the discussion over whether or not I'm allowed to move on from some of the prospects that he drafted. Let me know. I'll say, too, with the goaltending, I'm the one that brought in Lindbaum. Let me know, like, whenever I regain control of this team, am I allowed to move him? We had that debate, of course, over, like, hey, okay, if they brought him in, like Vlasic, am I allowed to move them? How soon am I allowed to move them? We are going to have an entirely new coaching staff. That is horrifying. Now, we have no room to really sign free agents, of course. The question is whether or not he tries to pull off a trade. Because there are some names. Sidney Crosby is looking for 8.7 still. That's hilarious. I mean, there's some big names out there, for sure. And then goalie-wise, top option, Hat, Kemper, Saros. All right, Mike, do your worst. Will we see a trade? Here we go. And, okay, it's not that bad. Why? Why? But why would you do that? A second and Randall for 2/3. You just signed Randall for no... Okay, we just gave up a second-round pick for nothing. Adam Boqvist was offered a contract extension. Okay. But why? No, what is this trade? Like, the initial reaction is like, okay, it's not that bad. And then that happens. Why, though? Why would you do that? Jesus. I feel like I should have the webcam on, but I don't even have my lighting set up right now. But why? Oh, God. So Mackenzie Blackwood's gone. Lindbaum's our goalie. We're giving up Trafford, who's actually a decent defensive prospect. He's definitely more of a defensive D-man, but he's gone. Blackwood's gone. A second's gone, and McCammond for Radek Faksa, who's an 83, and Nikita Zaitsev. Why are we giving up Trafford in this deal? Oh, God. All right. That's a real Milbury trade out of the gates. People were disappointed that he didn't go crazy last time. Oh, Jesus, Murphy. Although with the Blackhawks, I guess Jesus, Marian Hossa makes more sense. Some people were disappointed, like, oh, man, he didn't really go crazy last time. You happy now? You happy? Oh, God. A first and Suglobov for Scott Lawton and a third. Why? Oh, my God. All right, this... Hold on a second. We're fuck it, we'll do it live. Hold on. Hold on. If I go over here, is the old webcam gonna turn on? Hold on. Come on, you old webcam. You know you want to. You know you want to. Are we here? Are we live? Hey, there we go. Hi. My lighting's not on right now, so this looks horrific. But we're gonna come over here, full Twitch style, because this is a goddamn nightmare. Let me tell you. You know, there are just some times and some of these things, maybe this backlighting will help, and I'll see if I can turn on the light. We're doing it live! Fuck it! Jump cuts? What are jump cuts? Nobody knows! Stream lighting's on. Where's the button? Here's the button. Hey, there we go. There's one light. It's still not going to look that good. That looks horrific. Where's the other? Where's the other? We're doing this live. Fuck it. Hold on. Hep. Got it. Got it. Fix that. We're live. Hi. Hopefully everything's synced up. It might not be. Shout out to Brian 5 or 6. Yeah. This sucks. This is a nightmare. Why are we trading a first for Scott Lott? Oh, he's still a fourth liner. Ain't that a bitch? All right, you do you, Mike. What's next? You haven't. Okay. Why? A third and gamble for a fourth. Trade logic. Okay. Mike's back and better than... Okay! Geet and a fifth for a fourth and a seventh. I guess I can actually consider that a win. That's a rare one. Cool beans. What's next? Okay, it's been a little bit. Thank God. It's... Okay, we might be done. Please. God. Jesus, let the pain be over. Let the pain... Thought that was going to be bad. A fourth, a fifth, and Kovacs for a fourth and a fifth. So literally it's just get Kovacs out of here, even though we just signed him, because that's good trade logic. We'll accept that as well. It's going to be tough for him to pull off a big-time deal now because of the free agent money gone. Dow Cole basically for a seventh, which that's, I mean, cool. We get another shot with another seventh-round pick because Lord knows that guy wasn't that good. Are we done with the craziness now? Is it over? Please, God, let it be over. Oh, let it be over. Please. We signed a guy, goalie in Rockford. He might not even be signed, actually. So for now, the big names stay. We're only 18 minutes into this. I got to sim this season. Excuse me. For now, the big names stay. So this is the team. It is Eakin, Doc, DeBrincat, Kane, Strome, Point, Metropolit, Taves, Faxa, Kayumov, Lawton, Virtanen. It's actually not that bad. Of course, we're not going to get the most out of Kayumov. I know you can't see Kayumov, but yeah, he's there. The defense is, and now you see why I normally don't put up a webcam on these videos, because it cuts off information in some way, shape, or form. Pulak, Clark, Dylan, Boqvist, Fitzgerald, Zaitsev. I mean, at least Brant Clark's up to a 90. And then our goalie now is Lindbaum with Wallstedt as the backup, so I don't hate that. I do hate that Zion Nebek's a healthy scratch, but there's nothing I can do about that. I can't even look at the AHL lines right now. Let's sim to the regular season, because there's nothing else I can do. There isn't. I'm not allowed to touch this team. My life flashed before my eyes. We're acquiring Philip Chalopik. I've heard 17 different ways to say his name. It is what it is. Acquiring him for a third-round pick, basically. I'm sure he's just going to go straight to the minors. More than likely. It says he's staying on the team. We'll see. I don't believe you. There's a very good chance I'm going to accidentally trade someone like Chalopik or Christian Wolanin away. Persson and 2/3 for Wolanin and a fourth. Christian, welcome aboard. One of those players I just like for some reason. But Christian Wolanin is now a member of the Blackhawks. That's pretty cool. I think we're all just sitting here with bated breath. Like, okay, when's that big name? When's that first big name gonna go? You know they are eventually. Hasn't happened yet. Still have a 100 rated offense, 87 defense, 85 goaltending. We're still a really good team. Tyler Seguin, the captain in Dallas. Okay. Let's see. I mean, it's still essentially our team. There have been some changes to the bottom six and to the third pair. It's still essentially the team that we built up. I'm a little bit sad that Mackenzie Black was gone. Oh, we should check the... we're 2-0 on the season. We should check to see what the coaching staff looks like now, because, yeah, it could actually be hot garbage. Hot garbage. Is that Brent Burns? Burnsy! For some reason, the special teams... specialist... Let me know, too, if I'm stuck with this coaching staff, because if I am, for at least a season once I regain control, we are screwed, because odds are our team's going to struggle with a coaching staff that's that bad. So, that said, we're 2-0. So, I'm still trying to figure out that freaking QMJHL abbreviation. It doesn't make sense. I don't even think there's anybody in the OHL where it makes sense. Is there? I am going to continue to look this up while this team... continues to do hockey things. Yeah. Friggin', I'm not going to be able to find the answer. It's fine. We'll be okay with it. We'll be fine. Everything will be good. So, no crazy trades. Decent start to the season. And by decent start, I mean pretty good start. Our scouting department's a mess. Our coaching staff is a mess. But we are 10-3 and atop the Central after the first month. Let's go through November. Let's see what else we're dealing with here. You know, if I wanted to, I could just be like, hey, thank you very much and good night. But I won't. I'll stick with you. Again, hopefully everything's synced. If it's not, you're going to have to deal with it. Just for this episode, you're going to have to deal with it. This was on the fly, unplanned, spontaneous. Yeah. Anyway, I'm just waiting. Who's it going to be? Ned Eakin? Kirby Doc? Who's it going to be? Braden Point? Strome? DeBrincat? I know you're going to see this game's going to sit here. It's going to make me think, oh, it's not going to happen. It'll be fine. And then it won't be fine. But we're 17-7-2. Let's keep going. Off to January we go. Still winning games. You know, the thing is, and we talked about this quite a bit already, a lot of people were like, oh man, you added rules and such. I get that the draw and the appeal of this series is to see Milbury destroy the team. And I have said in the past, and it's true, on stream we did it, we did a full Milbury mode with me not taking control at any point. We eventually won a Stanley Cup. It took 20 years, but it eventually happened. You know, one does have to wonder in terms of like how good of a team I've handed him if he could actually win. We'll figure things out as we go along. I'm still not holding my breath here though. We are in first in the division just by 3 points. This Vegas game represents the halfway point of the season and we lost 3-1, but we are 3 points clear in the Central. Again, Doc is doing pretty well. Let's take a look at Eakin. 17-16. You know, I wonder if the power play is off. Ned Eakin had 107 points last year. That's also the coaching. 1,000%. That's the coaching staff's effect right there. If you want to know what's important in terms of chemistry or whatever, coaching staff. And people are like, oh, how do you always get top coaches again? I play with owner mode off. There's just really no point to have it on. It makes sense in a game like MVP Baseball 05 to set hot dog prices, because then with that budget you can buy stadium improvements. In this owner mode, all you can do is make sure that the toilets are still pristine. The JPEG toilets, it's just not really worth it. So play with owner mode off. Make sure you have a really good coaching staff. Point-wise, I mean, 70 penalty minutes for Metropolitan. You want to talk about someone who could potentially be traded in the future? Him. We're gonna sim up to the deadline today. That's the plan. What happens from there, we'll see. I don't know the answer. I genuinely don't. it really does depend on what happens. And of course, next episode will likely be like, okay, let's sim the rest of the season, unless nothing happens at the deadline, in which case I might just sim the rest of it. We'll see. But John Tavares for Drew Doughty. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's good. Everything's great. Everything's grand. We're having a grand old time here. It's fantastic. Okay, 2 fourths for Petrus Palmu and a 6th. Okay, that's, it could have been worse. He's 28 at this point, at least. Kinda, sorta, not really that usable at the NHL level. He's like a top tier AHL playmaker. We gotta take it though. That does take up a roster spot, which could be a good thing for us. Might make moving one of the bigger names a little bit more difficult for him. We shall see. I thought there was a trade coming. So we are in February. 33 wins. I believe we're still the top team in the Central. The answer is yes to that. 9 points clear of Minnesota with 3 games at hand. So despite the team not exactly performing at as high of a level, easy for me to say, mainly due, I'd say, to the coaching staff, we're still a really good team. Which again kind of raises the point, as Riley Tufte's dealt for a second, raises the point of like, okay, if I just let him keep control, how long until he totally screws it up? How did Colton Sissons go for a first? How long until he totally screws it up or manages to kind of win himself? 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Don't do it. Don't you somehow, through all of your options, find a big-time trade for a big-time player. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Can we just get through this deal here? Less than a week. He might not have space. Here's the thing. Oh my God. Persson, Stetcher, a 3rd and a 4th for a 1st, Lapisto, Dvorsky, and a 2nd. Christ. In theory, I may have boxed him in too well with the cap to where he just can't make a move because this team is so perfectly set. Just the AI might not be able to... Yeah, he can't find a trade. So we're going to make it through the deadline without him being able to do anything. So, I mean, he made minor moves, but in terms of, moving any of our top guys, he hasn't done so in the last 2 times that we've had, have had to hand over control to him. So, I mean, we're going to win 50 games this year, easily, despite that poor coaching staff. I say that, and then we just get shelled by Pittsburgh. But, yeah, we're going to win 50 games relatively easily, and again, the core of this team is intact, so I may have just done a bit too well in terms of boxing him in. Because all the players, all the moneymakers are so valuable that there aren't really trade offers from the AI because they don't want to move their high-value players either. We will be claiming a Tyler Ennis, former Portland Pirate Tyler Ennis, to you. As 55 wins is the max. There's number 54. Final game of the season is against Vegas. 55, 22, and 5 on the year. Not too shabby. Again, all in all, despite losing Blackwood, we still had Lindbaum. And then defensively, I mean, Zaitsev and Faxa were basically the addition. Zaitsev on defense, Faxa offensively. So this is what the team looks like at this point. Ned Eakin, drastic drop-off in points. That has to be the power play and the coaching staff. I mean, good God. Kirby Doc did pretty well, though. 88 points, down from the 96 he had last year. 16 fewer power play points. And then Alex DeBrincat off the big money deal had no power play time. That point total is impressive given the circumstances. Second line, Braden Point, 63 points, 23 of them on the power play. Could argue whether or not he's worth that contract. Dylan Strome, 64 points. God damn. And then Patrick Kane, at 37 years old, still hit 31 goals, 44 points, though no power play time. Glass cannon at this point. Third line, Scott Lawton. I mean, 24 points for a third liner's not great. Faxa was decent for a third liner offensively. It takes way too many penalty minutes, though. Jonathan Toews had a really good season. What could be his final year. Kayumov was solid. He only played in 27 games and had 20 points. Jesus. Very good. Jake Virtanen.
I have several questions.
That's better. Why Jake Virtanen was on the power play over some of other options, I have no idea, but it apparently worked. And then Zion Niebeck played the full season. Cool. 35 points. Take that. Defensively, Pulock, good. Clark, great, with 22 goals. Brandon Dillon was solid. Boqvist was solid. Wolanin and Fitzgerald were solid. Of course, I'd rather have Wolanin than Zaitsev. And then goalie-wise, Lindbaum was solid. Wallstead was great. I mean, and Metropolitan is currently hurt. Almost had a 30 and 30. We'll have to see how long Metro's out for. All in all, I mean, again, the team is really good. I can certainly question power play setups. That's definitely something we could look to do. Metropolitan is out for the rest of the season with an MCL sprain, so that kind of sucks. A lot that we just lost one of our top players for the playoffs. Again, it's not like I get to control the team. 55 wins, top of the Central, top of the West. Minnesota's back in the playoffs. As you have LA, Vegas, Calgary, Vancouver, and Anaheim making it. I am going to disappear for now. San Jose was terrible. Bottom of the Central was Winnipeg and Dallas. In the Atlantic, it's Toronto, Montreal, Tampa, and Ottawa. And in the Metro, Pittsburgh, Columbus, Washington, and Philadelphia. So we were the top team in the league. 366 goals for per game was third highest in the league. 276 goals against average was the lowest. Sounds about right. Our power play was at 22%, which was up there. And our penalty kill at 81.7%. It was mid-table, so not too bad. Around the league, I don't expect too many of our guys to be way up there. Obviously, just with the way they decided to handle the power play this year, it was a bit problematic. Alex Turcotte killed it. Pettersson killed it. Matthews, Kaprizov, Barzal, Wallstrom, Glass, Kachuk, and Doc was actually up there. Fair enough. Defensively, Tyson Barrie at 34 just went off. And, of course, he did the same thing in the Blues, with the Blues, right? Nope, that is the LA series. I can't remember because oftentimes I don't use two Western teams at the same time, but here we are. So, Yusuf Valimaki was up there for Calgary. Actually turned into a useful player. Goal-scoring king, that was Brant Clark. For goalies, the winningest, Olaf Lindbaum. Did it in fewer games than Joe Wall. Quite a few 40-game winners. Kochkov, and Riddick. Call them what you will, but they were up there. As Ilya Samsonov likely just won a Vezina. Blackwood was up there, though, for Arizona. Fair enough. Save percentages, again, were down. The rookie race goes to Chalmerson. Freddie Chalmerson. 39 goals, 4th overall pick. For the Bruins, did I look at the goal-scoring king? I don't think I did. It's going to be Alex Turcotte. That is a very nice total. So with that, we call it for now. The question I pose to you. When do I regain control of this team? Because we've won the cup. Milbury could hypothetically win the cup this offseason. But, again, we have set up this team so well for the next 2 seasons that we might see minimal changes. I mean, in terms of who's going to go, I mean, what's going to happen with Kane and Taves? It could open up some space, but it's like, what are the odds that Mike is able to make moves that are, really kind of the big shake-up moves that people want to see? That's the question. But we're going to end things for now. I thank you very much for watching. Support the video. Hold on. Support the video. Do it. Do it. Drop a like right now. You did it at the start of the video? Cool. Double check. Dog scratching. We got time to wait. Subscribe while you're down there. Go ahead. I'll wait. And while you're down there, check out everything in the description. Twitter, Twitch, we stream every night. Instagram, Discord, the roster editing doc, merch store, which should be getting improvements soon, but still, the Bunch of Nerds shirt, solid. Carolina hasn't sued me yet. It's great. Let me know what you think in the comments, of course. Oh, and Patreon. That's a great platform, too. Shout out to my patrons on Patreon. I love you. There should be a new Houston episode up on Patreon right now for Tier 3 subs. Tier 3 patrons. I love you all. Anyway, thanks for watching. For now, good night, goodbye, have a good one. Stay safe, wash your damn hands and your knees. Don't forget to wash your knees. It's crucial. It's important. See y'all next time.